Kia ora everybody, and welcome to yet another episode on New Zealand education and migration. My name is Arun Jacob, and I'm your friendly and frank licensed New Zealand immigration advisor. I love to give information and advice about moving to New Zealand and experiencing this beautiful country on a long-term or on a short-term basis. My company, AJV, does work with two kinds of clients primarily, and these are international students who like to come to New Zealand and study here, and hopefully some of them will transition into becoming future residents of this wonderful country. The second sort of clients we work with are the skilled migrants themselves, who get the required number of points to actually make a direct skilled migrant category application and come and live here in New Zealand. Now, this video is mainly aimed at the skilled migrant category people who come here into New Zealand and intend to live here on a longer term basis. Now, most of them who come here into New Zealand are seeking employment, and they would like to find jobs and take care of themselves and their families and settle into this country. Now, recently there was an article which talked about New Zealand dethroning Singapore as the top country in terms of ease of doing business. Now, the ease of doing business survey is conducted by the World Bank annually, and it talks about countries where it is easiest to do business and and get on with it. So for many years, Singapore was at the top of the pile, and recently it gladdened my heart as somebody who promotes New Zealand very passionately and very ardently to see that we have now come to the top of the pile, and we are the country, New Zealand is the country where ease of doing business is the highest. What does this mean to a skilled migrant who intends to stay here in New Zealand? It means that you are being presented with a wonderful opportunity of being in a country as easygoing and as friendly and as beautiful as New Zealand, plus aided by a support system where doing business is going to be very easy as well. I know most of you would like to come into New Zealand and seek employment and get into that 9 to 5 kind of a role where you're able to get the paycheck at the end of the month. But I'm talking to you today and encouraging you to strongly think of the entrepreneurial pathways as well, because skilled migrants coming into this country carry a responsibility to make it a better place for all of us. And if some of you can become entrepreneurs and business people and create more employment for the local people here, for the new Kiwi graduates who are coming out of our universities, and there's a great talent pool of people like that. I think it will be a wonderful gift that you can give to this country, which you're now going to be calling home. So I strongly urge you to do that. So this ease of doing business survey may not apply to somebody who's doing employment, but for somebody who is looking at the entrepreneurial pathway, I think it means great news. As a individual who runs my own advisory here in New Zealand, which is a business in itself, I find it so easy to deal with my business here in this country, whether it is booking for a new company name, or whether you're going to actually incorporate a company online, whether you're going to add directors or delete directors, or you want to set up yourself with an accountant, or you want to set yourself up with an online accounting system, whether you're going to register yourself with the Inland Revenue Department, and you're going to set up yourself with the GST and the income tax, and it is all very simple and smooth. As long as you're playing within the four walls of the legalities of doing business in New Zealand, I think it is a wonderful experience to become an entrepreneur. So through this video, I'm urging some of you to take note of some of these facets of New Zealand, that yes, it's a great country, it's a beautiful country, and you're going to live here now with your family, but please do think about stepping out of your comfort zones and becoming entrepreneurs as well, because we need job creators as much as we need job seekers. And some of you come with your wonderful connections back to your own country. Some of you have fantastic connections to capital that can be raised from your countries, wherever you're coming from, and you're present in this country, which is booming with opportunity. We have 3 identified future growth areas in information technology, biotechnology, and the creative industry. So look at the identified future growth areas. If those are not the areas you're looking at, even if you're looking at setting up some other kind of a business, I think this is a great moment for you to consider to get into business in New Zealand, either as a self-employed person, or getting together with a few other people and setting up a good solid organization and creating some employment for other local Kiwis as well as some of our young graduates who are coming out of our universities and colleges. So it is a great moment for us here in New Zealand that we are topping yet another very important uh, global survey, which is conducted by a legitimate organization like the World Bank, and we top so many other surveys anyway. But I think this is truly a feather in our cap because we have dislodged a country like Singapore, which is just so super efficient in so many of the things it does. So it goes to prove that New Zealand is beauty with brains as well. So all the very best, and I hope to see some of you get encouraged by this video and go on to become entrepreneurs and make New Zealand a better place for all of us. Thank you for listening to my videos. Please post your comments and I'd be happy to give any replies and also make further videos to any particular points that are raised. Thank you very much.